Hello, and welcome to the show at Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today. Previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday, and interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox. Sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I am, of course, your host, that guy, James J. Alongside the leader of Squad Squad, Kaliko Yacht, who is not here, but who is here, the American Stardust.
Son of a gun. You thought I was gonna say son of a bitch, didn't you?
And it is a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with the WrestleMania Madness co-winner of 2022, the triangle ladder match, the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian for the WWE Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania 2000. Um, yes, it took us a year, but we're finally here. My pick for that tournament, the co-winner of the tournament, obviously Kaliko won. Was my co-winner. He chose the WrestleMania 32 match with Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte. Um, and he didn't even have the courtesy to come from mine. Yeah. All right. Now you're going to wanna get out your Betamaxes, get out your VHSs, your DVD players. Um, pull up the networks, or more accurately, pull out your Peacocks. Because you will have to go on Peacock to find this match. I know, I'm special. I make it harder for you. But you're going to go to season 16 of WrestleMania on Peacock, and you're going to go to 57 minutes and 9 seconds into the video. I'm going to count us down from 3, 2, 1. On 1, press play. Are you ready?
Um, he said, yeah, I'm ready. Oh my God, we have a studio audience.
Yes. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Now, this is an arena I've actually been in. It's the
Anaheim Pond.
yeah, the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim. And
Mm.
it's the
Uh,
um
the second WrestleMania at this time in 4 years.
that's correct. What's that hat on Edge?
It's a cowboy hat, a tiny cowboy hat. It looks like.
Seems
Yeah,
like seems a
or
little
it's a fedora.
a little out of place in Los Angeles or Anaheim. And Howard Finkel's there. That's a good
I
name.
mean, su- such a simplistic entrance.
I mean, at this point, Edge and the tag team championships weren't necessarily a big deal. I mean, only like in the last 6 months was any of these teams like really considered, you know, for a spot like this. You know what I mean?
I mean, and of course, if they weren't watching, they were playing WrestleMania 2000 on the Nintendo 64.
Did you actually play WrestleMania 2000?
Oh yeah, I did that, and I pre-ordered. I remember pre-ordering No Mercy back from when GameStop was Babbage's
Hmm.
and Funko Land.
I mean, remember, I probably put more hours into No Mercy than WrestleMania 2000.
And then, of course, No Mercy would erase everything.
I don't remember even saving anything. I just went to exhibition and played matches. The quick start by the Edge and Christian. Nobody was color coordinated in this match. I think only the Hardys only had was the only ones that were really, somewhat matching.
50% of this match is in AEW. Wait a minute. Did they stick in a commercial?
It looked like that, didn't it?
Are you kidding me?
Gotta get those huggies
See,
sold.
yeah, this was at a time where, I was in high school. You know, wrestling was only getting, 50% of my attention. Uh, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, boobs are getting the other 50% of my attention.
Somebody named Mitch was in the crowd. It's interesting that
Yeah,
wrestling
the
took up
plant.
some only 50% of your time. But
Well, yeah, a friend of mine and I, we had competing WrestleMania 2000 simulation leagues.
hmm, bring back Zeros?
Zeus,
Zeus. Okay.
which is fun, which is funny because he's DLC in WWE 2K23 available now.
Really?
Yep, he's gonna be DLC. Yep.
That seems very out of left field.
I mean, I've always wanted to recreate No Holds Barred, the movie, the match,
The ladder
and
match.
have Hogan and Beefcake against Randy Savage and Zeus.
Well, it's sensational Siri at least in the game.
She's not. No.
And that's bullshit.
Well, there aren't many managers in the game.
Hmm.
God, Devon selling like he's having a seizure.
I was just going to say the same thing. Devon is very underrated when it comes to selling.
Now, is it me? Is it Jeff's hair dye? Oh no, it's his hair dye. Okay, I was about to say, God, did Jeff bust the top of his skull open?
No. Do you see when Jeff went up to the top rope? Did you see how the crowd jumped to their feet immediately?
Well, yeah. Keep in mind, we are watching this without sound. Bubba with a senton of his own.
And he actually connected.
With the ladder. I think he broke his P-coccyx.
The crazy thing about this match is, out of all these
Oh,
people that in this match, who would have you thought was gonna be the one backstage as an agent for WWE?
Yeah, probably Christian.
Well, I mean, he might becoming
I mean,
considering.
WWE also had a habit of taking the lesser known talents and putting them in those roles.
True.
Oh God! Now, if you did that even once in a match, you'd get suspended.
Probably. But it's funny how the wrestlers of today do maybe more than what they did in this match and get less than 50% of the reaction. Because honestly, this was at the time, yes, this was very innovative, and but more or less they did everything that you could possibly do with these ladders. So it made it very difficult for, people after them to actually do something with them.
Yeah,
I think that's the best design of the tag team championships as well. Now,
yeah, I'd say that. Yeah,
as I've said before, this was at WrestleMania 2000. It took place in Anaheim, California, at the Arrowhead Pond. Attendance was 19,776, allegedly. And some of the other matches on this card was Big Boss Man and Butch, but
Bo Buchanan.
Bill Buchanan defeated the Godfather and D'Lo Brown with Ice T and Ho Train. Hardcore Holly won a hardcore battle royal for the hardcore championship, last defeating Crash Holly. Tustin Albert with Trish Stratus defeated, and I'm not making this up, Head Cheese, Al Snow,
Yep.
and Steve
It was-
Blackman with Chester McCheddleston. Um, Terry Reynolds defeated the Cat in a cat fight. China and Too Cool defeated the Radicals. Uh, that's Perry Saturn, Dean Malenko, and Eddie Guerrero. Uh, a 2 out of 3 falls triple threat match for the Intercontinental and European Championship. Chris Benoit defeated Chris Jericho and Kurt Angle for the Intercontinental Championship, and Chris Jericho defeated Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle for the European Championship. Kurt Angle was double champion. Um, Again, not making this up. Kane and Rikishi wrestled X Pac and Road Dogg. And then the main event was Triple H with Stephanie McMahon defeating The Rock with Vince McMahon, Mick Foley with Linda McMahon, and The Big Show with Shane McMahon. Um, the McMahon in every corner fatal four way. The only time there's ever been a fatal four way in the main event of WrestleMania. Um,
so it's also the only time that there's only WrestleMania not to feature a single one-on-one match.
if it wasn't for this match, would we ever talk about WrestleMania 2000?
Yes, because it was also the first WrestleMania
You saw boobies?
where the heel champion retained.
No, Yokozuna.
No, Yoko won it from Brett, then lost it.
Yeah, but I mean, he still won in the main event.
Uh, yeah, but he won the title. You're thinking of the temporary countout, disqualification. Uh, and the DQ went to the DQ went to.
Oh, it says Mitch
Well, that
still
was all.
won it.
That was also not the main event.
Hmm. I'm trying to think. Hmm. Does it bother you that WrestleMania 16 was known as and forever was dubbed WrestleMania 2000?
I can't. It's still better sounding than WrestleMania X7.
Right? Don't see any issues with that.
WrestleMania X8.
Yeah.
Now you use the regular Roman numerals or you use the number. 2000 is special because it was a new millennium.
So that made it okay for them to completely disregard that it was 16.
Yeah.
I mean, this could have been the what is it called? The quinceañera of WrestleMania.
No, that quinceanera is at 15.
That was 16.
Nope, that's a Sweet 16. Quinceanera literally means 15.
Yeah. Everybody is on the ladders. You know, it's funny how Matt and Jeff had the longest tenure in WWE at this point of these all of these guys. I think they were extras back in
They were
'93.
they were enhancement talent starting in late 93, early 94
Right, and they opened the doors at the King of the Ring.
at 96.
Was that '96?
That was 96.
I know they had to
Uh,
hold Maple up on that drone, that chariot drone thing he was on.
no, that they never did.
Pretty sure they did.
Uh,
Yeah.
but uh, there are matches of Matt Hardy wrestling Nikolai Volkov from Raw, of
Really?
April '94. Devon, get the muffins.
I don't care what anybody says. That was a cool, fist pump. When did the Dudleys come into WWE? I know that they had a tables match with the
This,
Hardys and
uh,
Hardy Boyz.
this, December '99.
Okay,
Their match at the 2000 Royal Rumble was not a tables match. So this is really early. in the Dudleys' tenure.
Yeah. As of this match, they are the tag team champions. So it took them what, like 4 months to capture gold.
Yeah, they might have been the quickest team debut to gold.
But this is an interesting contraption that I don't think we've ever seen since. The table in between the two ladders.
I think they would try it again. Um, at the rematch in at SummerSlam.
I think the one at
I know they wouldn't
17 is
try it
probably
again
the best one.
because that was a TLC match, technically.
It was TLC 2 at X7.
I mean, but next year we're gonna have WrestleMania XL.
Extra large. And I put it sort of actually using the Roman numerals.
I mean, the marketing for it just promotes itself. I mean, come on.
I mean, who wants to see WrestleMania extra large? Absolutely.
I mean, when I was 8 years old, I actually asked a one of those paper fortune tellers. Yeah, the kid I watched. Yeah, my first WrestleManias with. Yeah, would we still be around for WrestleMania 40? Good God.
I don't believe this was a die slapping type of match. No?
No.
Well, you're definitely around for WrestleMania 40. I feel like I would have known that I would make it to WrestleMania 40, considering that the first WrestleMania I saw live was WrestleMania 20.
Well, when you're the same age as WrestleMania,
Hmm.
ugh,
It's still amazing
such
how
a
Jeff.
stiff shots.
It's still amazing how Jeff just jumps onto those barricades so easily.
Speaking of extra large, they want to redo the spot from the Royal Rumble.
Definitely, I feel like the one at the Madison Square Garden was maybe higher because it was on the Route
Uh,
Matora.
mm, uh, mm, it was on top of the entranceway, which if you've ever been inside Madison Square Garden, when the WWE uses an entranceway, it's actually quite small. So I would say that this ladder is taller.
tables, ladders, and belts?
TCB, tables, chairs, and bells?
That drummable foam finger. There's a sea of them.
Scissor me, Daddy Bull.
I actually have that foam finger. Ooh,
And boom goes the dynamite.
that would at that time that was the biggest jump in WWE. If only they would have
Mm,
changed.
no,
Huh.
no, it wasn't. Um, you could technically count uh, Mankind.
Oh, true. But I mean, could you say? But this was a willing participant. Now,
Mm,
one thing you'll find interesting about this, about a fun fact about Devon Dudley, he's afraid of heights, and he was in the first
yeah.
like 5 tables, ladders, and chairs matches. Now, Edge and Christian and Matt Hardy are thinking, one day we're going to be in a company created by Cody Rhodes. There's probably like 7 at this point, and some punk ass kids from Rancho Cucamonga. I wonder if the Young Bucks is actually in this club. Oh, that's a great flip by Matt Hardy.
And boom. Thanks to the improvised ladder match that, if you really think about it, wasn't technically won by climbing a ladder.
Where they climbed the ladder onto a table. Now, only if they
See,
had
and
a
if I
couple
were.
of chairs up there, then that would have been,
See, this is what I imagine the match I call TLC squared. Tables, ladders, chairs, cell. Where you have to climb a ladder on top of the cell.
that's just what they did in WCW.
Yeah, but I didn't say 3 cages.
It's somewhat, and it's not a bad idea, but it is somewhat convoluted.
I mean, is it any more convoluted than a Punjabi prison match? Where, oh, hey, open it. Okay, you got 60 seconds before this entrance is closed off forever. What is this? Saw the match?
Oh my god, yeah. That's a good. Hey, maybe we should watch a Punjabi prison match next.
Can we insert a graphic of everybody's faces melting from Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Alright, and that will conclude this watch along. And we could finally move on from the Wrestling with Mania Madness Tournament 2022 Um, it's over now. Yay. Um, of course,
It's time for Backlash Mania.
do a Wrestling with Mania, WrestleMania Backlash tournament.
No, it's just Backlash Mania.
Hmm. I feel like the only
So,
match that would be worth watching is Cactus Jack versus Randy Orton.
uh, no, it's where we celebrate the career of former WWF champion Bob Backlash.
Okay. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. If you haven't already joined us all week, starting from last Saturday as we previewed WrestleMania, um, then on Tuesday we interviewed Boilo Del Mar. Wednesday we interviewed Silas Mason. On Thursday we did a watch along, another watch along, with Loughborough University, Jack Tomlinson and Dante Drago of their match against LMK, Looming Kathleen, and Teddy Goods. Um, and join us tomorrow as we do a watch along of Kaliko's Wrestling with Mania Madness co-winner match. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 32. Arguably, just as worse WrestleMania as this was. Um, alright, and of course you can follow the show at Wrestling with. And join us on this upcoming Wednesday as we interview Saul Ronaldo. You don't want to miss that. Alright, you can follow the show at Wrestling with Eva on Twitter and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. You can follow me personally at JamesJ993, and where can we find Scooter?
As always, find me on Twitter at ScooterDust. Keep an eye to the Twitter for upcoming notes about the remix, and of course, revel in my Dungeons and Dragons antics when Season 2 of the campaign begins April the 4th, only on the Smoky Dragons channel along with Rico Cosentino Jr. and the rest of the clan, twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons.
For Kaliko Yachts and Scooter Dust, I'm James Shea, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.